Hey, what's up, guys? I'm BKFC athlete Paige Lancer, and you're watching Cage Side with Christopher James.
What happens if you lose, Nick?
Who the hell is Aquaman?
I get Fruity Pebbles, Cocoa Pebbles, I get sausage biscuits. Maybe you guys will see a little footage of that later on because we got some good stuff.
Philip Caduceus. There you go, baby.
Hey, what's going on, boys and girls? Good evening and welcome. It's Cage Side with Christopher James. It is Thursday night. Welcome to the shit show. S-H-I-T. That means so happy it's Thursday, boys and girls. And we're here to party for you, man. We had a good week last week. Went to Game Bred Fighting Championship. I was a ring announcer for that show. Masvidal's new promotion, Bare Knuckle MMA, and it was off the freaking chain. I want to let you know that tomorrow we'll be having a live stream of the BKFC 18 weigh-ins. My man Brandon Lambert is going to be my man on the street covering the event for me. So he'll be live with me, and we're going to have a good time doing that. Thanks to my friends at Just Heart Apparel and Just Heart Apparel East Coast for sponsoring the show. We appreciate all they do. If you guys are watching, please share this out with all your friends and family, and even share it with people you don't like, just to fucking annoy them. Whatever I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Let's just have a good time with this tonight, man. Glad to have you on board with me, though. I appreciate you guys and the support that I always get from the community. Next Thursday night, Tuesday or Thursday, I'm supposed to have Robin Black and Matt Martucci on, the commentator from Game Bred. Something came up, so they didn't come on tonight, but they will be on next week. But I got two fighters from Game Bred Fighting Championships, and it's going to be an awesome show tonight. We're going to show we're going to show one highlight, no doubt about it, because it's like the highlight that everybody's talking about, and it belongs to my very first guest this evening. Now, I met this kid, I believe we were in Mississippi, and he can see me right now. He can see me, I can see him, but you guys can't see him. But he's sitting there, he's outdoors right now. But I believe I met him in Mississippi at the inaugural Toe the Line event. He came out there and put together a little work. Shout out to my man Bruce Lucamediel. He is watching from South Florida. He's fighting at BKFC 18 this weekend. What's up, Bruce? But anyway, we're gonna bring in my first guest. He had, as far as I'm concerned, the highlight of the night. Even though he didn't get a bonus, that $5,000 crypto. That's all right, because this video that we're gonna show you in just a few minutes is going to catapult him. He totally did something awesome, man. I keep watching it. I've watched it 350 times already. And every time I watch it, I still get the goosebumps. And it's probably going to be something I'm going to stick with a long time. But we're going to bring him in right now. He's joining us live from Austin, Texas, where he's on vacation after a great win. Split decision win. It was a tough fight. But we're going to bring him in right now. So please welcome to the show, my man, Joshua Wide Open Weems. Joshua, what's up, bro?
What's up, man?
Oh, same shit, smaller shovel, just chilling out here in Tampa, Florida, while you're sitting out there in the beautiful scenery of Austin, Texas. How's things going, man?
Oh, man, it's great. It is great. We've been going everywhere around here, man. I feel like I got to take a vacation after a vacation.
Was the vacation, this trip to Austin, pre-planned before the fight? Like, you knew win or lose, you were going to Texas to just decompress? I mean, you fought a couple of weeks ago, you just fought again, so you needed a little break.
That's right. Yeah, actually, it was planned, and before the Game Bred fight, because I got that fight notice in 13 days or something like that, and it just worked out perfect. We were like, well, I'll do the fight, and hopefully, I'm not limping around the water parks come the next week. So, and I haven't. I have a jammed big toe, but that's about it. So I've been limping around here and there, but we've been managing it.
Yeah, well, that's awesome, man. Have you been wearing your sheath underwear?
Man, I actually left them at the house, man.
But you wore them that day at the weigh-in, I'm guessing, everything. They're pretty dope.
No.
I have a pair. Oh, no, you wore the red, white, and blue. Yeah, you didn't wear the sheath.
I don't have a Twitter, man. I would have followed along, but then I wanted to rep the American underwear on the Game Bred stage. I mainly just because I didn't have a Twitter, I didn't do that. So I lost out on some money on that.
Yeah, it's funny. I had UFC heavyweight Josh Parisian on my show the other night on Tuesday, and when he came on, I go, "So what's going on?" He goes, "Oh, I'm just shopping for underwear." I said, "Really?" I said, "Let me show you something." So I have a pair, and I pulled them out. I showed him. I flipped them inside out, showed him how they got the sack for the nuts, and then the separate hole for your wiener. And he was laughing, but he's going to reach out to them and try to get some of those drawers and maybe develop a sponsorship. I have to get my buddy to cut that clip out, and then I'm going to put it on my social media everywhere and see if she sends me some money for promoting them, because I'm like, this shit's awesome. It's weirdly comfortable. Like I was like, I put my nuts in. I was like, I get it now. And then I put my wiener through the hole, and I was like, oh yeah, this is right. This is perfect. Did a little separation.
Oh man.
Sometimes you got to keep the kids separated from each other. It's like when you got little kids running around the house, you got to keep one kid over here and one kid over here because they fuck with each other. So now my nuts and my wiener, they have some separation. Also,
Well,
I want to shout out a couple of people real quick before we get into your thing. Um, my man Eddie Martinez says, "I." Eddie was one of our photographers at Gamebred. The poster I made for tonight's show, I used his pictures of you and Joel Bauman because he did a really cool black and white thing, and so I appreciate him letting me use the pictures. Eddie, what's up, brother? Great pictures. Like some photographers
thank
just
you.
take pictures. Other photographers take pictures, and you can feel what they saw, and that's what I got from Eddie's photos. I've seen Eddie at stuff before doing pictures, but I never really paid attention. I went back and looked at a lot of his stuff, and he was showing me stuff he was taking live, and I got to tell you, man, I can feel what he was seeing. So that's what I look for in a photographer. Forrest Daniels, as always, how you doing? How goes it, Josh? Christopher Roston Joshua sent you a FR. What the hell is an FR? Oh, a friend request. Is that what you sent me a friend request, or you sent Josh a friend request? Because I think we're already friends, Corey. But thank you.
I'm horrible at that. I will check it though.
And Eddie Martinez said, "Thank you, brother, for sharing the pictures." And he said, "What's up, Josh? Great fight." So, so let's get into this. So, you got signed, excuse me, to take this fight. 13 days out. I got signed to announce this fight on Monday. And the fights were on Friday, so it was a crazy week for me. I had to get everything, fight cards printed, all that stuff. And I had a couple of days because I had to leave town Thursday morning. You had a couple of weeks to get ready for a fight, and although you were in a fight a few weeks ago, and I'm sure you're one of those guys that always stays in shape, it's still tough going from fight to fight, back-to-back fight camps, right out of one, right out of the other. So tell us how this all came about, who gave you the phone call, and what you had to do to prepare for this historic night of being part of the first bare-knuckle MMA card, in decades.
Well, I'll say my manager is Jesse James Wallace with First Round Management. He had told me probably 2 or 3 months ago when we were trying to figure out the details of the bare knuckle contract. Um, he had told me that they were in talks of doing bare knuckle MMA, and I was like, dude, if that ever comes about, please let me know. I'd love to be a part of that. And so I had my fight. Actually, I had two fights. I had a fight in my hometown in Jackson. Then I just went and fought for Danny Shell's promotion, Shotgun Entertainment, um, in March, at the end of March.
Right.
I'm sorry. Yep, I think it was the end of March. And then I just had this fight. So no, I apologize. It was actually in May. Anyway, I've been real active, and anyway, he hits me up, or I see a post that says 145, need a 145 or Gamebred FC, 2 weeks or 3 weeks away, something like that. But it was really like 12 days, 13 days, something like that. So I text my manager or screenshot it to him. He's like, "You crazy fucker, we'll see what the pay is. And, are you healed up from your other fight?" And I actually didn't take any damage in my previous fight, which was mainly a grappling fight. So we jumped straight into camp and started just working our striking and our grappling. But I really didn't take any time off. I've had 5 fights, including the boxing matches, inside a year. I haven't stopped out of camp. I've literally only taken maybe a week, and that was after this last fight, because my plans were to take the rest of the year to just get better, get a little bigger, because I just improved to 8-1. Well, whenever I seen that post, we ended up getting the fight, so we got in there. Long story short, not making any excuses, I think I was dealing with some crazy nerves, maybe the back-to-back cut. I didn't eat anything on Friday of the fight. I ate good after weigh-ins. I didn't feel too dehydrated. I actually felt great. I was peeing quicker than normal. I used the bathroom quicker than normal. So I felt, okay, this is going to be great. Because I didn't eat a bunch of junk after my last fight. I was like, all right. So I jumped straight into eating clean again to get ready for the Masvidal fight. And but basically, I just didn't feel myself. I'm a super positive guy, so I kept telling myself, "Oh, I'm gonna be good. I'm about to go in there and whoop this guy." And that guy came to fight, and I just, I had to, use my wrestling, try to mix it up. Even though I had plans to want to strike in front of Jorge Masvidal, I was just dealing with a little energy dump, and honestly, I just had bits and pieces of myself. I felt like, and plus, my hats off to Isaac Ruelas. He was just as tough as they come. I mean, I don't, I've when I go back and I look at that knockdown, for him to take that elbow and then almost finish me in an arm triangle. I mean,
Yeah.
we had Mount. He flattened me out in the last 40 seconds of the third round. Had my back. I mean, I fought everything I had to really just to get back, him off my back, really, because I felt like
Right.
he was trying to finish me. He was just tough. He had no quit. And when them judges were calling the name, I didn't know. I wasn't going to be mad either way. I gave everything I had, and that guy was tough, man. And I just was hoping that they would call it the damage and aggression to me, and I think that's what they called it. But I heard a lot of things. Maybe I didn't win that fight. I didn't look good. That's okay. Not everybody's going to come and perform at the best of their ability every time. And I hate it was that way in front of Jorge Masvidal. But hey, I got a highlight reel out of it. Jorge Masvidal said himself on Thursday night, he said, "Hey, these fighters, they just need one
Yep.
moment. And that one moment could change your life. Not to say this did. I needed a knockout. I needed a finish. And that guy, he was not going out. So I felt like we had fight of the night, and it was a hell of a experience, and I loved it, and I definitely do it again, like in a heartbeat. I need to take a little time off and just work on getting a little bigger for my weight class and get a little better.
I don't think you need to get any bigger for your weight class. You're going to fight at 145. We were talking off the air, and I think what you need to do is concentrate on being, walking around at 146, 147, and then just dropping a pound or two on fight week because you'll come in stronger than your opponent every single time. I mean, shit, you could walk at 146 and fight at 146 and be done. You don't have to cut weight. You'll be completely hydrated. Your brain won't be dehydrated and then have to rehydrate your whole body. And even though your boy that you might be fighting might come in at 170 or 165, you'll be the fresher fighter. You'll be the one that has the cardio. You'll be the one that is at full strength. He's fighting depleted. So I'm kind of glad you told me you came in at 148. And while you didn't feel comfortable because it was the first time that you did that, unintentionally too, it's the right way to go, in my opinion. Like I said, we talked off the air. Frankie Edgar's the greatest lightweight champion ever. Anybody fucking got a problem with that, you can come fucking fight me. Because Frankie fought at
I love
155 and he
Frankie
walked
Edgar.
at 155. That's why he's the greatest. And anybody who wants to debate that, we can go all fucking day because I talk for a living. I will not fucking stop. Now, you said you only had that moment, but there was a couple of moments in that fight I want to highlight. First of all, and again, hats off to Isaac Ruelas, man. The heart of the Mexican fighter. Doesn't quit, dude. I don't know one Mexican fighter that I've ever seen stops fighting when they're getting their ass whooped. They come harder, dude. It's something that's in their DNA. It's like country fighters, country boy fighters, same kind of thing. So you had three moments in that fight that I want to ask you about. The first one was the flying knee. You came out in the second round, you opened up with the flying knee, and then you yelled over at Masvidal. The fuck did you yell at Masvidal?
I had to try it.
What? That what you yelled at him? I had to
That's
try
what
it.
I had to try it. That was for you, man.
That was for you. That was in tribute for the Ben Askren knee, I guess. All right, cool. And the other moment, obviously, and we're going to bring this up right now, the combination that the world is talking about of you throwing that fucking spinning back kick one way and then spinning the complete opposite way and throwing the fucking hammer fist that ended up being an elbow. And wow. So we're going to bring that clip up here right now. So bear with me. All right. So let me see if I can set this up and to stream. All right. So there. So we're both right there. You can see it. I can see it. Let me just go over here and hit the play button. Watch this, guys. They're going to show it again in slow motion. I mean, what in the fuck, dude? You don't see that shit. You know, you don't see that shit from anybody ever. But then again, you know, everybody doesn't know Josh Wide Open Weems, but you know what? A lot more people know your name. Is that something you practice? Oh, hold on a second. Oops. Where'd you go? We lost him. Oh, I don't know where he went. Joshua, come back. I wonder if his phone died. Right, we're getting ready to talk about the fucking greatest moment of the fight. He goes out. He's like, maybe he's shy. You don't want to talk about it. So anyway, but you guys just saw that, right? So he throws a kick this way, and then he comes back this way, and he throws the fucking elbow slash fucking back fist. It looked more like a back fist to me, but it was fucking absolutely an incredible moment. Everybody was talking about Masvidal, was talking about Dean Toole, Malky Kawa. I believe they jumped up at cage side if you looked in that video, and you can see that video on my page. I shared it from matchmaker Dean Toole's page. What the hell happened to Josh? Let me message Josh. Did his phone die, or did he just lose the internet out in the country? I'll be bummed. Where did you go? So we're waiting to get a response from him, and hopefully he'll be back on. Hopefully his phone didn't die. That happened to us the other night. Marcus Brimage was on, his phone died. But yeah, and he went on to win that fight. The scores were 29-28, 28-29, and 30-26. Now that fight in no way, no how, no shape, no form, no rhyme, no reason should have been scored 30-26 for either fighter. There was no 10-8 rounds in that fight at all. It was a really even fight. I wish we had like Fight Metric to give us the numbers just to show you guys how even it was as far as punching and power and you know, significant strikes, body kicks, you know, head kicks and all that stuff. But we don't have that. But if you didn't watch the fight, it is available on the BKTV app, which is also going to be showcasing, obviously, BKFC 18 this weekend, live from the Hollywood, in Hollywood, Florida, from the Hard Rock Seminole Casino. And this place is awesome. Because of my schedule, I won't be down there. I will be at the next BKFC 19 here in Tampa, in July. And that's going to be awesome. But this card we got coming up here, it's got 4 title fights on it. Riggs and Joe Riggs and Hector Lombard, Luis Palomino taking on Tyler Goodjohn for Luis's title. The Riggs and Lombard fight is for an inaugural title. The heavyweight title's on the line. Joey Beltran looks to defend once again against Sam Shoemaker, and another inaugural title will be going out as Uli Diaz, the man with the 3-second knockout. What little while back is taking on UFC veteran star Thiago Alves for another inaugural title. So there's 4 title fights on this card. I'm really excited to see it. And again, you can watch that on the BKTV app. If you don't have the app, download that shit. What are you waiting on, man? It's $3.99 a month. And when you initially sign up, I think it was like $12. There's some, administrative fees and setup charge and all that stuff. Not something that's out of the ordinary. But then once you have it, you get all the Total Line content, all the BKFC content. You're going to get all the Game Bread Fighting Championship content. There's other content that are going to be shared from other promotions overseas, plus all the lead up, the lead up shows, Ungloved and all that stuff that they're doing. So you're going to get all the content. So it's a great channel. I'm really happy that GFC signed up with these guys to share their content. It's Bare Knuckle MMA, and it's absolutely incredible stuff. Get up on it, man. So I don't know if we lost Weems for good. I messaged him just a second ago, and if he doesn't come back here, like I'm sitting there, where did you go? But I do see that my other guest, here he comes back. All right.
Dude.
What happened, dude?
I never even moved and I lost service. I don't understand that. It's this Austin, Texas
All right. So, but
woods, man.
in case we lose
Man,
you again,
we out here.
yeah, I know you're out in the woods. So you still with me? Maybe you should go back closer. Oh, there you are. All right, good. So we're going to ask a couple of questions real quick in case we lose you again. That combination, fucking wow, dude. Is it something you practice? Because that's what you were talking about, and then boom, you disappeared. Something you practice, or just something that just kind of came together? You put in your mind, so I'm going to throw this out there to impress Masvidal.
So if you look, he starts to fight southpaw, and I'm orthodox, of course. And I've only got a couple training partners that go southpaw, but I have a certain kick I throw on those guys. And if you look, he starts the third round, and he starts the third round orthodox. He gives me a quick switch, and when he does the switch, that's my cue. I've already done it twice in the fight. I've thrown it,
Yep.
and he's made me miss twice, and I was just on the outside of it, so I knew if I missed this time, I'm turning with my spin. And so I go to throw it, and whenever I do, I actually landed. So I went back to the other hand to do the spinning back fist, and he was kind of closed the distance because if you see in the slow mo, whoever took that was awesome.
Yeah,
But his fist connects to the back of my head, so
I
he's
saw that.
trying to swing. So if he wouldn't have been countering, I don't think it would have landed the same. But it was definitely something I had set up and seen, and I do it in the gym, but I don't do the spinning back fist because it's dangerous to do on your training partners because if they run into the elbow, those kind of things. And we've done them years ago. We've been in the sport a long time, and we realize only do that when we have our elbow pads on. And we've gotten away from real hard sparring because that just creates a lot of bad habits.
Yep. All right.
But yes, it was definitely set up. Yep.
All right, cool. And the scores of the fight, 29-28, 28-29, 30-26. Now, you're a fighter. I know you went back and watched your fight. One of the judges scored it for you, 30-26. And I love you to death, dude. You're a fucking killer, but there was no 10-H in that fucking fight. There was no 30-26. 29-28, either direction was the right score. Because and if somebody, yeah, I mean, 30-26, you know that's wrong, right?
Oh, you see in the video, I shake my head no. Like I'm disappointed when I hear that because
Well,
my biggest thing was I did not want them to think, okay, I'm an American and he's a Mexican, or he's from Mexico. They're going to give it to the American. Maybe that had a little bit to do with it, but I did do some things that possibly won me the fight. But I definitely did not agree with a 30-26 or a 30. I didn't agree. No, it should have been right down the middle. Really, or it really should have been a draw, or however, it just depends on how they're judging it. Because I won on aggression and damage. He won on control time. So
and he had his moments where he tagged you up a little bit here and there. So I mean, 29-28 for either of you was the right number. And had they scored it for Isaac Ruelas, I don't think anybody could have been mad, including you, because that's how close that fight was. But I tell you what, man. Well, I love the knockout, and I do. And I love the quick submissions. There's nothing I love better than seeing a fight like that where nobody knows what the score is until the fucking scores are read. For two reasons. One, because I love the drama. And two, I love to, hold it for just a second. When I'm announcing it, it's like, 30-26, Joshua Weems, 29-28, Isaac Ruelas, and 29-28 for your winner by split decision. And then hit it, just to keep the crowd on edge because those moments don't come as much as you want them to. By the way, Javanos Ross, who fought on that card, he just wanted to, he just commented much respect to you, dude. He loved what you did. Taking a little vacation
I actually
now.
went back and watched. I don't mean to interrupt, but I actually went back and watched the whole card, and damn it, he looked good. What's his name? Javante.
Javanos Ross.
Javanos, man, he looked great.
Javanos, yeah.
Javanos. He told me that he hadn't trained in so long. He took the fight on short notice. Like, dude, bro, get back in the gym. I want to see you with a full camp.
Let me tell you something. You might not want to see him with the full camp. You know why?
Why?
Because he's a featherweight.
Hey, that's awesome, man. Hey, I love fireworks. I love
dude. Hey, listen to me. He fought at 205 or whatever he weighed in that night. And he said the thing that got him off the couch. The thing that got him off the couch was Masvidal. And I get it. You want to fight in front of that guy and make your name. But he fights at 145, and it was fucking. He's a killer, dude. Like fucking. And so when he trains, and I don't know if he'll go back to 45 now. I have a feeling he's going to try to drop down to 70 or 55. After being at 205 to work your way all the way back down to get to 45, that's a long haul. Now he's a young buck; he can still do it. But I just have a feeling 155, 170 is probably where we're going to see him find a home, and I think that's the right spot for him because he's a big, long kid, and I think at 155 he's still dangerous to everybody there.
Right. Well, 45, 55, whatever. He has a lot of potential to just come off the couch and do what he did against a very experienced opponent. So
like the coming up off his back and throwing that that cartwheel kick, it was really cool to see. I love the kid. All right, so for you, you're taking a little break, but do you have a fight in mind? Or your managers telling you about maybe a booking that they're going to put you in?
Bro, they just offered me an LFA main event spot July 30th, but I need a little time off. I got my knuckles swole up from the fight.
Yeah.
There's different things I need to be working on. If I keep staying active, I'm never getting better. So I need to be getting better. So I'm going to take a little time off, and that offer will still be on the table down the road. So
that's awesome. All right, so we're about to wrap up with you, and there's something I have every first-time guest on my show do when they come on the show. As long as they're not, a punk and afraid and a wuss, then they do it. And I've just so you know, this is episode 286. So I've roughly had 600 guests on my show. Maybe more, maybe less. Now, some of them are repeat offenders. It hasn't been 600 different guests, but I'd say 450 different guests have been on my show. And I always ask them to do something at the end of the show, and not one person has said no yet. So wide open can't be the first because that's just not going to, sit well with me. So are you ready for the challenge?
I guess so.
All right. I asked first-time guest on the show to do something that I feel is fun and the fans love. And I asked them to sing or rap. I don't care what you sing. I don't care what you rap. But sing us a little something. I don't care if it's your walkout song. And you don't have to be a good singer, just so you know. There's no expectations. It's just something the fans like to see you just being like them, singing in their car, or singing with their friends.
This is for you. TJ, this is for you. Back streets, back. All right.
Gotta give me a little more. Come on.
My boy TJ is an undercover Backstreet Boys lover. I'm just messing with you, big guy.
You gotta give me a little more of the song, though. Give me a little more of the song. Come on.
Man.
Or any song.
I don't know no more than that on that song. All right, let me think of another song then. All right. Dang, man, you put me on the spot. You could at least ask me that beforehand.
No, it's more fun. It's more fun this way.
Not a good live. Let's see.
This is like
man.
This is, you know what this is,
don't do me like
and this
that.
is like it's a mental exercise because you have to adapt on the fly in a fight. So you have to adapt on the fly in my interview.
Right.
See, brain training. I'm training your brain.
What does he say? Dang, it's one of my favorite songs. Think about how it starts. Put me on the spot. Yeah,
it's all good. Be on the spot. I'm getting a request for you to sing Leonard Skinner.
Man, don't do me like that. Man.
What music do you listen to?
Man, I'm a family. Then I go to rock or some blues stuff or something like that.
Rock and blues.
My wife, she likes literally everything. Let's see. Dang, I was trying to think of the start out to "Wish I Had It" by Kevin Gates.
I don't know it.
He said, and it's like one of his only cleaner songs. Is why I was trying to go
dude,
to that.
You can sing a foul mouth song, dude. I say shit, fuck, pick, goddamn all over my show. It's all right, man.
Well, he said something like, "I'm gonna hold it down." What does he say? Damn, now you just don't know.
What's your walkout song?
Man, it's always different. I come out to "It's a Fight." I'm gonna hit him with the left, hit him with the right.
Do that. Just drop that on us, man. That's good.
Damn, man. Yeah, my brain is just going. How many times does this happen on your show? Does it take them 10 or 15 minutes to come up with something?
Sometimes it takes people a couple of minutes. sometimes it takes people a couple of minutes. Sometimes they just drop in, you know. I've had guys come on here and beatbox, dude. Fucking blew my mind. It's fucking like incredible beatbox. Impa Kasunganai, who's in the UFC, fucking he came on one day. No, not Impa. Sherrard Blackledge came on, and I was like, "You got to sing." And he's like, "I'm not gonna sing. But I'm gonna do something else." He goes, and I can't do it nowhere like him. But dude, my God, he fucking blew the doors off the house, man. That was fucking awesome. So. Walkout song. Sing one of your walkout songs. I know you know all your walkout songs, dude. Fucking come on.
All right. Man, I'm just god dang. Feel like I'm having a test again, and I'm feeling horribly. I'm just can't come up with lyrics right now for some reason. I don't know why. I'm like tongue tied.
Because you're trying too hard to focus on one song, but you know songs. I mean, you know when you're at the gym, when you're in the car, there's stuff you listen to all the time. You just know it. You just fucking, you know. That's why I asked you what music you listen to. I maybe throw something out at you, you know.
Yeah. I'll go with god dang.
Don't even tell us. Once you get in your head, just sing it. Just drop it.
Man, I really don't like you right now.
That's all right. I still love you.
Let's see. Out my window, I see everything I dream about and wish I had. Bought it. Out my window, I see everything I dream about and wish I had. It's a old Kevin Gates song that I
That's
was
all
trying
right.
to come up with the beginning part.
You know what? That's enough. That's good enough, dude. You made the effort. I appreciate it.
Man,
all right. So before I let you go, give her.
Man, that was like.
I was gonna say before I let you go, because I'm keeping you past your time. I don't want to keep you, especially because you're on vacation. I appreciate you taking time during the vacay. Give everybody your social media and how to keep up with you and follow you, so they can get on the wide open express to the top.
Oh, I'm horrible at this, man. I'm trying to find somebody. Hey, look, this is a perfect opportunity. If somebody wants to help do that kind of social media thing, holler at me. My cell phone number 850-559-9100. I need help. I will pay you. I need help with that social media game. I do have a Facebook account, Joshua Weems, Joshua Wide Open Weems. I've got an Instagram that I've got to find the password to. I'm horrible, man. I own a business. I train 4 or 5 hours a day. I'm everywhere, man. I got 2 beautiful kids and a wife. I'm trying to do the best I can. I'm not very good with the whole social media game. I just come to fight.
That's awesome.
Hey, I'm serious about, man. I'd seriously pay somebody monthly.
Give me that phone number again.
Do that. I know there's people watching this as good as that. 59100. Sorry, you blanked out.
Wait, hold on. Say it again. 850.
Yep. 559-9100.
9100.
That's right.
All right. So what I'm going to do here for the final 30 seconds of the interview, guys, look, catch us right there.
That's right.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Wait, hold on. His social media. Oh, I got to spell it right.
Hey, let me drop some business names real quick while I'm out right here while you're typing. Is that all right?
Yeah.
They're sponsoring me right now.
Well, before you drop that knowledge, guys, so on the bottom of the screen, you'll see it's Joshua White Open. That's his phone number. Call him to help his social media. He needs help. Go ahead, Josh. Drop that knowledge, and I'm going to bring in my next guest.
Okay, I just wanted to give a shout out to my head coach, Johnny Little, and all my team at Black Cells MMA. Dustin DePuma, Caleb Harris at Primal MMA. Raymond, he's sponsoring me through Iconic Barber Lounge. He's a mobile barber, the man. Clayton Rehab Clinic is his business name. Sean Shoemaker, Superior Power Washing, and then Beachside Realty with Tammy Holman. And I also have Redcon One, Roger Howell, Jordan B. Chris Bryant at Ben Nelson Golf and Outdoor, and Steve Bailey with Humor Worm. So I had to write these down, man. Like I said, I'm horrible with these things. I need y'all's help. But anyway, holler at me, man. Thank you so much for having me, Chris.
Hey, listen, thank you for being here, man. God bless you. Enjoy your vacation, man. Keep me posted on when you're going to get back into the cage or the ring, and let me know, and we'll get you on the show. We'll pimp it up and prop you up, brother.
Sounds good. Hey, sorry for messing up that the song thing, man. I'm horrible
Dude,
at that,
it's
man. You
all
put me on
good,
the
dude.
spot, and
It's
Lord,
all,
my wife
dude.
is gonna make so much fun of me.
That's all right, dude. It's all good, man. It's all supposed to be
Oh,
fun.
y'all
No
have a
pressure.
good night, man.
You have a good night, too. Tell the family I said hello, man. We'll see you again soon.
Thank you, sir. All righty, brother.
All right, boys and girls. That's Josh Weems. He's going to be signing out right now. As you can see on the bottom of the screen, I'm going to leave this up for another 30 seconds. He needs help with social media. There's the number, 850-559-9100. Help him out, man. He needs the thing. He'll pay you. All right, so it's going off the screen. And now we're going to jump in right to my next guest. He is standing by. I see his setup out there. He's got the big old mic. He's got the big old cans on. He knows what he's doing. And let me tell you something about this guy. And, you know, before I bring him on, like, we haven't chatted beforehand. All we did was message back and forth. So I'm going to say this because when I first met him and I would listen to him talk in his interview with the commentators, I was like, this is one cocky, smug son of a bitch. Like, fucking, I was like, wow, man, fucking, you know, it takes balls to carry yourself a certain way. And this guy has it. And of course, since I hadn't seen him fight yet, I don't know. But after listening to him, even before the fight, I was listening to him doing an interview with MMA Uncensored, my buddy Chris Liebau. And it all of a sudden went from him being this cocky, arrogant guy to being this confident, knowledgeable, experienced man with a clear direction of the path his life is on, not just in fighting, but in life, you know, and what he wants to accomplish in the business world and being charitable and helping, you know, to end things like hunger for children. You know, he's got so many things on his plate that he wants to do. We're going to try to just keep him focused on one topic tonight, fighting, but I have a feeling I'm going to ask him one or two questions, and I'm just going to sit back for the next 28 minutes and listen to him talk because he's got it like that. He had an impressive win at Game Bred Fighting Championship. He's smiling right now. Listen to me. He had an impressive win at Game Bred Fighting Championship. Took on an opponent, fucking got the knockout win. Very, very well done. This guy is going places, man. And if you want to get on the train, you want to fight him, you better sign up now, man, because he ain't going to be here long, but he's going to be here and he's going to be right. Here he is right now, the man himself, King Bow, Joel Bauman. What's up, baby?
You know why I appreciate you?
I appreciate you.
I said, do you know why I appreciate you?
Oh, no. Tell me why, sir.
Because with us only having one or two conversations from that entire event, you were able to piece me together, you know, basically by feeling me. So you're an energy person, and I appreciate that.
Well, thank you. You're an energy person. I appreciate that, man. I was talking to a couple of guys after, so the commentators like, King Bow's an interviewer's dream because all you got to do is go, so King Bow, tell us what's going on. And then just King Bow's going to run. You know, you can sit back, go take a pee, go poop, and King Bow's going to keep things going and rolling because he's got a lot to say. And it's all meaningful. So before I let you go off on a tangent tonight on everything else out there, I know you want to talk about your aspiration to, taking over the business world and the music world and entertainment and all that stuff. Let's try to keep the focus at the beginning of this on the fight
none
stuff
of that really
first.
matters.
No, it all matters, dude. That's the thing. It all does matter, and that's what I fucking like about you.
I'm grateful.
But you have, like compartments of your life, and the compartments, create the whole thing. So we're going to talk about the fighting compartment first, and so first of all, for you guys that don't know Joel Bauman, make sure you're watching tonight. He's 5-1 as a pro fighter, and he trains out of Jackson Wink. I was really cool that he trained with my boy Juan Adams, who I love to death. The Kraken, that dude is just good human being, good person.
Great man.
Juan's a great man. I love him to death. I saw a picture of you guys from training the other day, and I commented on it. I was like, I told him, I said, I got to announce your boy King Bow, and fuck, it was like, he's a great dude. And so
he's the best friend here.
I believe it. Yeah. He came over from Texas and he moved out there, took a chance on his life, and it's paying off for him in multitudes. And you can hear it. Like the last time I had him on the show recently, it's a different man than what I met before.
We got here around the same time. Me and Juan have been working extensively on his mental.
Yeah, his mental is so much better than it was before, man. That makes me happy in the heart.
Yes.
Because I don't care if he wins another fight ever in his life. If he's up here right, everything else will work out. And
He's going to make history. Yes.
oh, I believe it. So, so like I said, he fights out. Joel here fights or trains out of Winklejohn MMA out in
Usually
Wink John. Winklejohn. I love those guys, man. Fucking, but so he trains out there in New Mexico, you know, and he really puts in work, man. You know, you see the guy, he steps on the scale, he's all shredded, you know, all big man style. And you know, but he talks a big game. But what I saw was, even before the fight happened, I knew he was going to back up the game. Like I said, he puts out an energy. And if you're out there and you're open for energy, you'll get his energy and you'll feel what he's doing. If you're closed-minded and negative, then, you know, you won't feel the energy. But you'll see it and you'll wish you had felt it. So
grateful.
Yeah, it's true, man. I'm grateful when I get that from other people. So King Bao gets called. How many weeks ahead of time did you get the call for this fight, you know, making history on Masvidal's bare knuckle MMA show?
I saw a Facebook thing in Let's Find a Fight, or it's one of those Facebook groups where fighters try to find fights, and it was a week out, and I had messaged Dean Toole, and
my boss.
I said, I want to take that fight. Let me take that fight. He set it up, and I knew I was going to fight. Well, I actually had thought it was the next week. I thought it was the 25th, and I thought it was Miami. I had no information. I was just going off what other people had told me. One of my best friends, Xavier, sent me a message, and he said, it's the 25th. And I said, okay. And no, it was the 18th. So that's why he was out there, because we couldn't get any coaches out there. But he's always got my back, and I trust him. And so, yeah, we knew on 4 days' notice.
So, and you went out there looking for this fight. It wasn't like it wasn't them calling you saying you want to do bare knuckle MMA. You said bare knuckle MMA.
It doesn't
sound
matter.
Like right up King Bao's alley. And you said, give me that fight.
Matter. It's martial arts. It doesn't matter. True fighting is true fighting. Whether it's gloves or not. What do you mean? You know, if it was really martial arts, we would be, you know, eye gouging and fighting to the death and doing all this is just a show. This is just mindless competition. It's not real life.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not real life. Because you're right. In a real fight, you know, there's eye gouging, there's nut shots, there's fucking fish hooking, there's some shit that goes on.
People are fighting for a reason. If you're fighting for the death, you're fighting for a real reason.
Right.
I'm just trying to put on a show to make people, you know, happy and smile. Okay, cool. I know how to do that.
Make a little money along the way, you know, grow your name out there. Nothing wrong with that.
Exactly.
You know, and if it's something you're good at, why not? Right. I mean, you know, fuck it. If I could beat people up and get paid to do it, I'd do it.
I'd rather be at home with my children.
Yeah. How many kids do you have?
5.
You have 5 children?
Yes.
Get the hell out of here. You look like a baby yourself, dude. I mean, you look like you're so young. You look like you're like 20 years old.
Lots of
fucking. You started when you were 11?
Lots of fucking, you know, a little bit of success and lots of life lessons. But we are grateful for the experience, and I'm grateful for my children. They are what have made me into everything that I am. And I would have never been complete as I am if it weren't for all the perspective that I have gained from all 5 of them. Wow, not one too short, not one too, you know, not one too many.
That's crazy. That's 5 kids, man. A lot of people, you know, have 1 or 2 and they're done, and you have 5. And you know,
well, I was successful, man. I had money and I had time, and I was doing whatever the fuck I wanted to do. And you know, I had this woman in my life, and we were both successful. We were both, you know, stay at home parents essentially from our businesses in our early 20s. You know, I fucked off a lot of money learning and becoming, money management, all that. And, you know, made decisions, got 2 girls knocked up at the same time because I did not give a fuck about money. I did not care. I thought I was going to be, and I still know to this day, I'm going to be very, very, very wealthy. So I thought that was the time where I was just going to ascend and not have to worry about anything else again. So I was making what would seem like reckless decisions, but I needed to do that to humble me. You know, I'm like John. People. My buddy Xavier always says I'm like John, and I always I don't like being compared to anybody. You know, and I just had to go, what the hell does he mean by that? And then I thought about my life, and I'm just like, yeah. But I believe I'm the balanced. You know, I believe I got balanced and humbled early on through my own life experiences, through my own success, and through my own failures outside of the thing that I really wanted. Fighting is something that I've really always wanted, just like music, just like all these other things. I really wanted that, but I needed that experience to ultimately humble me, to make me now fight for something more outside of myself. So not only do I fight, for the future of my children, but it's the metaphor in that as well. And that's why I fight for the world's children. You talked about wanting to eradicate childhood malnutrition. That's what I'm here to do as well through my company. So it's all encompassing. It's all for the children. It's all to heal my inner child, because when I was a kid, I dreamed of this. I wanted to be the greatest fighter of all time, the greatest fighter in the world, the greatest fighter the world had ever seen. I would do a stupid skit when I would go to parties and see people where I would bounce around and everybody would know. My old name was Broomsticks. So I would hop around and I would go, and in the red corner, weighing in at 185 pounds, he is the reigning, defending UFC middleweight champion of the world, Joel Broomsticks Bauman. Everybody knew me from that.
That's funny. That's good, man.
Everybody knew I wrote papers about this. I wrote papers about this in 4th grade, about wanting to do this. This is not a game. This is not a gimmick. I've dedicated my life for this. It's just now people are starting to catch up and figure out the story.
Yeah, because now you're finally getting your name out there and people are seeing you, and that's a good thing. So we'll back up a little bit. So, you get to town, you weigh in, you're fine. You meet Masvidal, you meet the whole crew. And you were probably the most calm, chill person at the whole event, even though, it's a big moment in life. I mean, let's be, honest, fighting in front of Masvidal, being the first ones to do the bare knuckle MMA in decades. There's a certain, a certain, what's the word?
I know what you're saying.
About being there.
But respectfully, I didn't give a shit. It doesn't matter who I'm fighting in front of. I'm not starstruck by anybody. I've done business with multimillionaires. You know what I mean? I've been around people who haven't worked in the last 30 years of their life and had these people as like my mentors. So like that's why Hollywood, none of this shit scares me. None of it, being in front of people, speaking in front of people, this doesn't scare me anymore. I live this. I used to speak for a living. You know what I mean? Like I don't, crowds, it doesn't matter. I'm the show. And I say that yet again, respectfully, tapped in, energetically. It's time. Now is the time. I wouldn't be here doing what I'm doing if now wasn't the time, if it wasn't supposed to be the time. That's not how the universe works. That's not how life works. Something is happening, and I am here for a reason, and I know that. And this is me fighting, doing all this. This is just me simply acknowledging it. I don't want to do my "Am I Canceled Yet" videos. I don't want to do any of that shit. To be honest with you, if it were my choice, I would be at home with my kids doing nothing like I had been already. But now I have to work. I have to get my name out there. I have to do these things. Why? Because the world needs it. And once we do everything that I'm going to do, I can finally rest. I just want to rest. I've been going for a long time, bro. I just want to rest, but there's too much music that people haven't heard. There's too many people that still don't know, that still don't understand, that still don't get it. There's too many people that will look at me and think that they actually can compete with me in fighting. And I say that respectfully. I'm here to change. I'm here to challenge everybody and change everything. I'm not here to play nice. I'm here to take over everything. That's what it's about. Because the people that have it right now, they don't fucking deserve it. They're not doing things for the real reasons, the right reasons. And I feel like we could use these platforms to just change everything. Well, let me be the change. I've been saying that for years. I'm going to do it. I'm going to bring in so many different worlds and make people think so differently. And we're going to create multimillionaires. We're going to create legacy. We're going to get people healthy. We're going to eradicate childhood malnutrition from the globe. And we're going to expose everything. We're going to expose corruption because there's a lot of corruption going on right now. We're going to expose it all. I'm going to be the face. And if people have a problem with that, well, too fucking bad, because guess what? I'm here, and that's what I'm here to do.
That's right.
Beat me in a fight.
And I think the word I was looking for was there's a certain level of notoriety to being on this card. I'm not, and when I say that, I know that you are not afraid to be in front of people. Because I got that vibe from you already. So I know you're not afraid to be in front of people, talk, walk, ting, sing, dance, fight, eat, whatever. This is who you are. Like you said, you're here. You have a purpose, and this is all part of the journey. But still, when we just dress it down to that moment, it's still cool. You know what I'm saying? To be involved in that first one. That's for you, right? I mean, that was cool. You muted yourself, I think. Hold on. I think you hit it.
Yeah, I hit mute. My bad. You weren't
I'm
supposed
looking
to
at
hear
my
that.
end.
You
I'm
weren't
looking at
supposed to
my
hear
end.
that.
I'm looking at my end.
I said everything is energy, and I know I
Yep.
manifested that opportunity, and I'm grateful for it.
You did.
Like I want to fight. I'm looking to actively fight right now. I want to be 7-1 by the end of the year.
So
I want 2 more fights.
Walk us through that fight real quick. It wasn't a long fight. Just tell us from the moment the ref said let's go. What you see in your head, how it plays out for you, because I believe that you see it and you manifest. You know what's going to happen in your mind, even if nobody believes you when you say it, because people go, "Oh yeah," all people say that. But when you say it, there's a conviction in it when you say it. So I listen to you, and so take me through that fight in your eyes, the best you can relate, moment to moment.
I'm grateful that you listen.
You have to,
and I'm grateful.
You have to listen to people.
It was actually very hard for me to get up for that fight because I settled in my knowing. My biggest thing has always been playing to the level of my competition in my past, and that's a demon that I've had to heal from and learn from. I took a melatonin Epsom salt bath because the hotel that we were staying at didn't have they didn't have like a stop or a plug, so we had to have maintenance bring one, and they brought one the next day. So I took it before the fight, which is probably stupid. And I have my rituals that I have to do where I make an Epsom salt bath, and I put I sage out the entire place, and I meditate, and I listen to my binaural beats and this water that I've essentially blessed with essential oils and whatever. I have to do it. Right. Yep. So I did it before the fight, but this one had the melatonin in it, and it got me really chilled out because the week before that, or these last 2-3 weeks, I've been running off of very, very little sleep because now is the time. I don't have time to take breaks. A lot of people don't see I work all the time. When I do these videos, sometimes it takes me all day. Sometimes it takes me a couple days. Sometimes, I stay up late and I work on music that nobody has seen yet. And I have a lot of music that we have to drop. It's all coming. But I don't stop. I always keep going and I always continue. So my body has kind of been like exhausted the last couple of days. I was even laying down for 20 minutes before I got up to be on the call with you. It's just like I get little pockets where I just have to sit down because I can't stop moving. So I was out when I came into that fight. I was probably off of I don't know how much sleep I've gotten lately, to be honest with you. I think I was off like probably 14 hours of sleep and I don't know, a week. I don't know. I don't know. We just go. There's no time for excuses. There's no time for bullshit. We just go and we get it done. So when I'm in a fight and I'm tired and I'm just like trying to get up for it, I still know what I'm there to do. And when he started to like hit me, it like wakes me up. I love that shit. Because now I know, I hit him with a jab right away because I wanted to see how it felt, being bare knuckle and just to set precedence. I like to hit people with jabs just to show them how fast I am because I want them to start doubting themselves immediately. So I need to land as quickly as possible a lot of times, right? Because
the jab sets that up. I mean, people
always
don't get that.
Always, because if they know that you can touch them whenever you want to. That's the respect, right? So I hit him. I made sure I hit him right away to let him know, and then he came. I came forward. I wanted him to throw. I wanted to feel his power. He landed something. I think he landed a right, and that's when I was up against the cage. I shot. He started hitting me with hammer fists. Those hammer fists were beautiful. I loved it, and it was just waking me up. Like when I get hit, it turns me on, like in a weird way. in both ways. You could say it turns me on and like whatever, but it actually like it's like, okay, this person wants to go. They want to take it there. You know what I mean? I haven't really been hit in any fights in any of my fights, and he was one of the first people to actually like hit me multiple times, and I loved it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
So he was hitting me, and that's when I wanted to let him up again. You know, I was just like, he wants to fight. I like this. I could wrestle him, but I don't want to wrestle him. I just want to fight. So I let him back up, and I knew I could land my straight. If I landed my one, I know I can land my straight.
Hey, and let me interrupt you real quick 1 second. You know, when King Bao says he can wrestle him, I want you guys to know that his pedigree in wrestling, we never even talked about it yet. But when you wrestle up in Minnesota, at that school, you know what I'm saying? You have done something legit. That's one of the always has been one of the premier wrestling programs in the country. And if you can make it onto that team, it says something about your wrestling. So I just wanted to throw out there that, King Bao is an accomplished wrestler, wrestled with the University of Minnesota. And, I just wanted to let people know. Of course, dude. So now, all right, so we'll go back to, he's hammer fisting you, and you're on the ground going, man, now I want to get up because this guy wants to fight.
Yeah, he was showing a warrior spirit. He like knew that was his, if I wanted to wrestle, he knew that was where the hard fight was going to be. And so you could almost feel the panic and the desperation to get up. And when a man is willing to get desperate, that's when he's most dangerous. So when he was hammer fisting me, I felt the panic, I felt the energy, I felt the danger. And I'm just like, yes, he knows, but he's being a warrior about it. He was literally fighting. If you watch the film, he's literally fighting to get up. Like, that's what he wants to do. I love that. So I let him up, and I said, well, I felt like it was going to be an easier time, honestly, on the feet, and we manifest.
Yeah, and it was good, dude. It was really a fun fight to watch. And thank you for taking us through the whole thing the way you just did. It's because, again, we can all say we saw this, we saw that, but the only one who can really tell us what happens in a fucking fight are the two guys that fought. The referees can't really tell you. The judges can't tell you because they're not in there doing it and exchanging the punches and exchanging energy.
I'm saying everything. I respect that man so much. He's so awesome. Brandon Johnson is such an incredible human being. Like, we were even sitting there saying, like, we don't want to fight this man. Like, he's so, like, even before the fight, my buddy Xavier, we were just making jokes. Like, he's honestly like the nicest dude. Even Julian, my last opponent, these guys are some of the nicest people in the world. He rides motorcycles, I ride motorcycles. Like, he was an OG in this. A lot of people didn't know I wanted to do a flying knee, with the whole Masvidal thing. It's funny that the last gentleman did. That's hilarious. So that's one of the reasons why we didn't. But that was a plan. If nobody else had done it, we were going to just run out. That's why I came out and I put my hands on the cage. Brandon and his corner are such OGs of the game that if you watch the film, he comes out circling right away. And we talked about that afterwards and both died. Because I asked him on the bus ride back, I'm like, bro, did you purposely circle right? Did you know that we were planning a flying knee? Him in his corner look at each other, get wide-eyed and go, I told you. And it was perfect.
That's so funny.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. That's high-level chess. He is such an OG that he knew to circle off because something like that was potentially coming. It was. That was a real reality. That's respect to that man.
That's smart. And so Forrest, my boy Forrest Daniels says the audience can tell you what happened in a fight. And Forrest, no, you can't. Because what I'm talking about isn't what you see with your eyes. It's what happens between two men or women inside a cage when they fight. And that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I could see the fight. I could see King Bao knock somebody out. I could see, this guy get choked out. But that's just the surface. That's not the fight. King Bao, you know what I'm saying, right? Maybe you
it's
can
intimate.
explain it.
Watch. I could never know the feelings of two other people's intimacy. Like, if two people were intimate with each other, and I mean physically intimate, like sexually intimate,
and you were watching it,
you would never be able to actually feel what they're feeling. Meaning, I could have checked one of Brandon's kicks, and we both would have shared that shin indent. That's one of the, it's an excruciating pain. And you as the viewer would be able to see that and hear that and maybe feel that impact, feel something for me, but you wouldn't be feeling that physical pain. So that intimacy is just, it can't be shared. And that's why I've grown to respect fighters over the years. How can I say this? Mixed martial arts has just always kind of been corny to me, in the fact that it is a game, it is a sport. We've made a simulation of mock death a sport, essentially, right? That's what it is, but it's not death. It's not to the death. And long story short, I respect fighters. I respect us for being able to understand the intimacy in even mocking fighting to the death.
Right. It's you said it's funny, what we've created here, this thing, but I mean, we're a world that now, we watch, stupid shows called The Real World that are nowhere near the real world. We watch a show called The Bachelor, The Bachelorette. And
those people are inauthentic. They're not.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I mean, so it's so crazy, what we see, because like you said, we've created a sport. I mean, fuck, video games are now a sport. I mean, what the fuck is that? Yeah. So, but this truly has the sport. This is I think, for what we see, and maybe that's only here in the States, maybe in other parts of the world. When they have a fight, it's more, like the version of we saw in the movies of Bloodsport, where these guys, put glass on here, and maybe they take it to another level. But for what we're used to seeing here, this now is just, we get violence, we get blood. It fulfills that primal inside of us watching that. And, I'm great. That's why I love fighting, because I can't do it. I'm 52 years old. It's not me, like you're here for a reason. I'm here for a reason. I mean, I've died 3 times, like legitimately died from heart attacks 3 times, but I'm still here. So I'm here for a reason. I don't know exactly what that reason is, but you know what? I wake up every day and I just participate in life and do my thing.
3 is a divine number.
You go out there and you train and you come in and you fight. Well, again, you like to fight. Otherwise you probably wouldn't do this.
Everybody has their, like you're saying, brother,
but you're good at it.
Their purpose. Yes. And so like what I realized is that I want to fight so that nobody else has to. That's honestly like the end game. If I had a mantra, that's what it would be. I want to put everything on blast I need to put on blast. I want to, eradicate malnutrition from the globe, so that, well, not only do I secure a future for myself, if and when that happens, my abundance will be so huge. I want to live off of less than 1% of my income. Give it all away. I don't need it. These fucking Bill Gates and all these other motherfuckers that got crazy wealthy when everybody else got fucking shit on this. Like I want to be the opposite of that. I want to just give, and I want everybody to be abundant. I just want to chill and be with my family. That's it. I just want to be in abundance and chill and hang out with my family. Maybe make a little love here and there. Have some food, have some
more babies.
Food. I'm gonna have. The aliens are coming, and when they do, I'm having one with a couple Syrians. I've already told them. I plan on being an intergalactic adult film star. What are we even talking about? That industry is going to be crazy. We're talking interplanetary. We're talking. You know how much money that is? That's a lot of money, bro. That's and that could help a lot of people. Think about all the people that could help on other planets. And they get a little bit of me on their planet. Are you serious? That's a win-win. Come back whenever I want.
That's why I love you, dude. It's great. So when we start seeing, little, what we call them, little King Baos running around, but from, little King Bao, alien King Baos, so they have the best of the alien and the best of the human. You know, when that happens, guys, I hope you're ready. You know, dude, do you have any idea when you're going to step into a cage or a ring again that we're going to get to see?
Next month, hopefully. I'm trying to set it up for next month.
Yeah.
I don't care if a promotion has something. I just messaged a guy right before I came on here.
Cool.
Another guy on a Facebook Marketplace thing. Not Facebook Marketplace, Facebook message group. You know, like I don't care.
Dean's got some cards coming up for Icon. Maybe you should have definitely hit him up.
Yeah. They were working.
That'd be a good show. They got a show coming up in Vegas. I think they had multiple shows coming up in Vegas, you know, over the next couple of months. I don't remember the schedule, to be honest, but I know the next one is in Vegas. But I don't know if it has enough time for you to be ready to go. Although, you know, you're probably ready to go all the time.
Ready.
So
that's
what I just guess. I had to correct myself before you corrected me.
Even off of no sleep, I still took that last fight.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, bro. Like, I have to. This is my life is health. I still know enough.
This is your time.
I do this. And people have to stop fucking doubting it. Give me my plates. Give me the fight. Let's just fight. The Logan Paul call-out challenge is real. Like, let's fight. I just want to fight. If you guys are really what you believe that you are, then be that. I don't need time. I take things on short note. Why? Because I know I can compete. I just want to compete, and I want to get mine, and I want to hang out with my family and save the world. Okay?
That's it.
I believe I've saved myself, right? We've worked a lot on ourselves, right?
Yeah.
And now I want to bless others with the knowledge that I have of self as well. You know what I mean? So then they can be more, and we can all be more, and then we can share that abundance, and then we can just fucking live the dream life and not have to worry about, you know, stupid evil fucks ruling over us, and we all can just be, you know, awesome and free and abundant. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm down.
Make a little love, watch a little alien porn, you know? And
it's like KC and the Sunshine Band said, do a little dance.
Yes.
Make a little love.
Yes. But that's enlightenment. That's enlightenment. I just want to live enlightened. That's all I want.
I agree with you, dude. I agree.
I want to live enlightened.
That's that's motivational. You know, that's inspiring to hear. You know, that some people, want to get rich and famous and make money and buy, fancy car and all that stuff. And that's
Give
cool.
Me a motorcycle and I'm good. I just need a motorcycle and an old bus that I'm going to trek out and build a studio in that I can go off grid in. And you motherfuckers will never see me again unless you're paying me a lot of money to fight.
Well, you need an SUV. You need an SUV. You got 5 kids.
Well, I'm just saying, if I had a bus or a big RV, you know what I mean?
Oh, I know.
And if I had then I'll have another bus that I tow with all my alien children from other planets. You know what I mean?
But when you knock up an alien, that's probably going to create like 6 at a time kids, I'm guessing, because they're built different than us. So
it doesn't matter. I just need a litter. Give me a litter. You know what I mean? Just give me like 6 at a time, bro. What are you talking about? The takeover has to begin. Take over everything. Everything is real.
And my boy Eddie Martinez will take pictures and all of it. He's ready to go. He said, LFG, let's fucking go.
Let's go.
So, all right. So hopefully within a month, we'll have some fight news for you. That's great. I got to tell you, man, very happy that I got to meet you. It was an honor to announce your name, both to open your fight, but to announce your name in victory. I enjoy those moments in my life. I get to share a part. I'm a part of so many people's history. And so many stories.
You said you didn't know why you were here. You shut the fuck up. That's why you're here. You know why you're here. Well, I said you didn't hear me, but I said 3 is a divine number. You had 3 heart attacks. That's a divine number.
Yep. I got to be honest. One of the reasons I truly feel I'm here is because my wife needed me to be here.
Come on. Exactly.
But before we were married, and we've known each other for 20 years. We've been married now for 5. We've been together for a little over almost 8 years. And, we dated a long time ago. Right. And then about 8 years ago, she reached out and we've been together ever since. And, I told her earlier, I said, we're going to end up married. You know that, right? And she's like, yeah, laughing at me. And then, now we're married. She has a daughter, that I, helped her raise since she was 14.
That's beautiful.
And so she's my daughter, you know, and now our daughter has a son, so I have a little grandbaby. So I feel like, you know, more so than you're being part of, you know, your history and that guy's history, I think I was spared to be part of her history because she needed me more than any of y'all. And to be honest, I needed her more than anything else. I had learned about myself. You know, I had to go through therapy and do some stuff to really figure out what the fuck I was doing and who I was.
Yes.
And I did the work, and I continue to do that work.
Yes.
And
but that's ascension, right? Like you had to die. You've died and come back many times, and that whole experience has given you so much perspective. And you know, I did a DMT experience a couple months ago, in December 21st, the night of the great conjunction. And when I had my experience, the only thing that I could think of at one point in time was how grateful I am for as many people in my life that I get to love. Like the amount of love that I get to feel every single day. And that was, you know, for, you know, my significant other, that was for my children, that was for everybody who has ever been a part of my story in a positive way.
right.
That was like it's like that near-death experience with just that overwhelm of gratitude. And since then, you know, and since that experience, my life has been,
Blessed.
I have to stay in gratitude.
Yeah.
You can't not be in gratitude. You understand that.
I
and
do.
That's why I respect you. And I think I'm glad that you told that story, because now I understand why I energetically connect to you, because you're a purpose and you understand that it's not about you, even though it is. That's why you had to fight. That's why you had to fight to be here. That's why you live the life that you do. But you realize that it's about how many people that you can touch. That's awesome, my friend.
Yeah,
Grateful
no,
for you.
it's you know, it's such a weird thing, you know, that if people ask me, you know, when the heart attacks, and I'm literally dying, like pronounced 3 times, and 3 different times in my life, you know, it's crazy. But they ask me, you go, you know, do you remember any of it? You know, do you know what happened? And you know, there's 2 moments I remember. The first heart attack, I kept seeing the numbers 823. Like after,
that's awesome.
like
That's
I just
good.
kept seeing these numbers 823 all the time.
Do you know what the significance of those numbers are?
No, hang on. You can
Yeah,
tell
go,
me
go,
after.
go.
So I kept seeing those numbers. So I went in for a checkup with my doctor, and you know, I said to him, he asked me, he goes, you know, do you remember anything? And you know, and I said, no. I said, I don't think I remember anything. I said, you know, and I told him honestly, I said, you know, I think there was a moment where I felt, you know, my father, who had passed years earlier, was at the foot of my bed. But I said, and so he checks me out. He goes, man, you're doing really good. Everything's good. You know, stents are in, doing their job. Numbers are good and all that stuff. And then right before I was getting ready to leave, I said, hey, let me ask you something. I said, does the number 823 mean anything to you? And he goes, why do you ask? And I said, because I just keep seeing this number popping in my head ever since I got home from the hospital. I was in the hospital for a week after the heart attack. That first week home, I was terrified because there was nobody there to save my life if I had another heart attack. You know, I was a goner at that point. So I stayed up for days. But that number 823 kept popping up. And when I told him that, he goes, let me look at something. He goes over and looks at my thing and looks at my chart on the computer. And he goes, I don't want to sound weird, dude, but it's weird that you see that, because at 823, we pronounced you dead.
Oh.
And I went, whoa.
Yeah.
I freaked out, dude.
Come on.
That scared me. That scared the shit out of me.
No,
it's okay. I mean, it's okay that it scared me, because
absolutely,
it made me realize that I did die. It made me realize that there was something else out there, you know, because I don't know if it's heaven or hell or whatever the hell it is, but I was apparently looking down or up, you know, whatever fucking, you know, because I don't know. But I was seeing my life being extinguished right in front of me without, you know, consciously, like, you know, having a video or recollection of it.
Yes.
And that's what that number was.
100%.
Freaked me the fuck out. But in the beginning, now I get it. You know, I understand it more.
That
Yeah.
number sequence was absolutely perfect
Why?
for everything that you just talked about. I mean, 8 is obviously the number of infinity. It's the number of cycles. It's literally the never-ending it's the never-ending cycle number, right? So if you see an
Okay.
8, you know that you're amidst a cycle, and it's your time to now be consciously aware of that pattern or that cycle. 2 is duality. When one thing becomes another thing, it becomes 2, which means normally on our third dimensional level, another person or other people or other connections, you're going to meet someone. So there's going to be there's some type of life cycle that's happening for you to now have a connection with someone. And 3 being the infinite guidance number, ultimately the ascended master number, the number of your angels or the number of whatever guiding you along the way, letting you know whenever you see a 3, you know that you're on the right path. So you just keep going. You don't have to question because you see the 3, you know you're in a divine sequence, 3, 6, and 9. So it's just perfect. It's just I'm glad we met, man.
Wow.
I got some stories for you too.
Well, you know, we're gonna have to do some stories on another show
Of
because
course, man.
we got to wrap up here. You know, I don't like to keep my guests on too long. You know, I like to spend some time with them and have a good conversation. But I also like to let them have their life. You know, it's like, you know,
Appreciate you,
because
brother.
the interview, even though it's part of what I do for a living, it's an intrusion in somebody's life. So for them to be willing to let us intrude a little bit and share some time and energy, you know, I'm always grateful for that. So I try to be conscious. I start looking at the clock and going, all right, man. And I know we could probably do 10 hours straight talk, you and I, and fucking, you know, people could like leave and come back and then still see us here. But we got to sleep. So
hey man, I'm grateful for you. Thank you for exchanging energy with me. And you always have an open line. So whenever
cool.
whenever you want to do this, whenever you want to talk, I respond to your messages. I know you. So I'm grateful.
Awesome. I appreciate that. Well, listen, before I do let you go, let everybody know how to keep up with you and follow you as you, you know, as the takeover becomes more real.
I'm
every
shadow
day.
banned everywhere. So TikTok, go fuck yourself. You can unshadow ban me. Otherwise, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to make another profile and I'm going to get that one popping over 22,000. So it doesn't matter. You can't. I win. No matter what, I'm going to win. So just stop trying to fuck with me. All of you platforms, Facebook, you know, Twitter, all of you, just leave me the fuck alone because I'm inevitable. Thanos shit. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. Okay. So no more shadow banning on all my accounts @_King Bao. That's where you can find me. They took my YouTube away. Go find out why, because I'm the fucking goat at this shit. Conspiragoat. And yeah, just fuck off.
All right. Well, my friend, I appreciate the time. Now, there is one thing I'm going to ask you to do. I'm sure you heard the end of the last interview with Josh Weems. I always ask people, first-time guest on the show, to sing something with us. Sing something for us. Whatever they want to sing. Doesn't have to be a whole song, but I like them to sing something. It's something that I did a long time ago, and the reaction to it from the fans watching my show and followers that, you know, take time out of their lives to, you know, appreciate these moments. They like it. It gives them a feeling of closeness to their athletes that they like.
I just want to do this for my sons.
All right, well, do it up.
I just want to do this for my sons. Show my daughter that she is always loved. Remember when some think I'd be enough. What is love if you can't even trust? Learned if it comes from hate, it isn't much. I've also learned that faith isn't just luck. Once I let them use me as a crutch, and now taking over everything a must. Yeah.
I dig that shit. Well, listen, brother. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. And I know you will, because that's what you want. That's what you want. That's what you see. So, you know, I feel so good. I hope you have a good night. I know you're going to have a good night, too, because that's who you are.
Always.
So continue on in your good night, I shall say to you. And
grateful for you, my friend. I'll talk to you soon. Let me know when you
grateful
want to
for you
again.
I'll definitely do this again, dude. Like, I can't wait, dude. I might even bring you in to do some fight picks with me one of these nights ahead of a UFC card. We'll just have some fun.
Whatever, man. Whatever. You're the type of person I would build with. You're a good man. You're a
Thank you,
genuine man, so we can
I
build.
appreciate that.
Yes.
All right. Well, listen, enjoy the night. Enjoy your family. Enjoy the love, man. And
All
we'll
right,
talk
we'll
again soon.
See you.
Peace. Boys and girls, that was King Bao, man. Very interesting guy. I totally dig him. Like, fucking, he's the shit, straight up. And, some people might misguide his bravado, his confidence as cockiness and arrogance. And you know what? You don't care. It's who he is. It's what he's doing. And I dig the guy. Like, I love how he feels about himself. I love how he speaks of himself. And I love the goals that he's not afraid to share with the world that he said he's going to accomplish, so that's awesome. Well, anyway, guys, I'm going to dip. If everything goes as planned tomorrow, I'll be live for the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship 18 ceremonial face-offs, hosted by myself from here at the studio in Tampa and my man on the street, Brandon Lambert. Yeah. Malaholics line up. Malo haters, come on too, man. We don't give a shit. But I'll tell you, man, it's good times always when we're here, man. And just want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in tonight and allowing me to be a part of your lives, and for you guys being part of mine. Even for just a little while, it means the world to me. I can never quantify in words what it actually means, but just know it's right here in my heart. So that's it. Thanks to my guests, King Bao, Joel Bauman, and Joshua Wide Open Weems for joining us, man. I'll have some show news coming up over the weekend. Let you know what we're going to do on Tuesday and Thursday of next week, as I get the honor of having 2 shows next week again. Until next time, though, boys and girls, I am Christopher James, and you know it, right? You know. Yeah, that's right, kids. Y'all in Big K side. Good night, everybody.
What happens if you lose, Nick?
Who the hell is Aquaman?
I get Fruity Pebbles, Cocoa Pebbles, I get sausage biscuits. Maybe you guys will see a little footage of that later on because we got some good stuff.
Fill up the deuces. There you go, baby.